The UFC is back this weekend with another numbered card. We're on UFC 328, and the main event is Khamzat Chimaev, the middleweight champion, going against ranked number 3, Sean Strickland. Now, I'm excited for this fight. I think this fight obviously should happen down the line. I didn't think it should have happened now. I think there was a clear number 1 contender in Nassourdine Inamov, or Inamov, however you want to say it. I don't know what. Obviously, Sean did get a big win last time against a top 5 guy. Probably why he did it in really good fashion, TKOing Anthony Hernandez. So it's probably why he's got the nod. Sean's a big name, controversial, but he does get numbers, he does get views and all that. So that's probably why they've done it. But Khamzat Chimaev is obviously the unstoppable force at the minute inside the UFC. I'd probably say he's on the pound for pound rankings. He's number 3. I don't agree with that. I think there's other fighters on there who deserve that higher spot in the fact of Khamzat's been inactive for quite a while. But listen, you know how we're going to do it. We're going to talk about Khamzat. We're going to talk about Sean and all that. So let's get into it with the middleweight champ. Khamzat Chimaev, pound for pound, number 3, middleweight champ. Record 15-0 with 6 KOs, 6 submissions and 9 first-round finishes. Obviously, he's never lost, but his good wins are Gilbert Burns at welterweight, Kevin Holland was at a catchweight. Then he moved up to middleweight. Originally was supposed to be fighting Paulo Costa, then that changed. Kamaru Usman stepped in on short notice, and listen, Kamaru Usman gave him a run for his money. If it was 5 rounds, he would have lost. But Khamzat came through, beat him. Then he got put against his first big test at middleweight, Robert Whittaker, who was ranked in the top 5. Demolished him in a matter of minutes, broke his jaw, destroyed all the gums, his teeth and stuff. If you've seen the image, you know what I'm on about. And then last time out, defeating Dracus du Plessis in just an absolute shutout on the ground. Du Plessis had no answer for him, completely demolished him. A very boring fight, but also very, very impressive. Khamzat dominated all 5 rounds, just did the same thing, took him down and just bullied him, landed something like a ridiculous amount of strikes. And that Khamzat is the best person we've got in UFC. He can strike. Obviously, the grappling is the main thing. The grappling's a nightmare. The only person I think could even handle with the grappling is someone like a John Jones. That's the degree I'm going with of how good Khamzat's wrestling is. And that. Keys for victory, I'm not even going to say anything. I just think Khamzat's going to do Khamzat. I think that's an early prediction, what I've just said. But listen, Khamzat Chimaev, he is the guy. He is the best fighter we've got. I think after this win, if he gets another one at the end of the year, I definitely think he'll be pound for pound with, obviously, there's Islam, Ilya and Khamzat in the top 3. And I think Khamzat, if he fights another time this year, he could definitely climb to that pound for pound number 1. But Sean Strickland, ranked number 3 at middleweight, 30 wins, 7 losses, 12 KOs, 4 submissions, and 9 first round finishes. To be fair, I didn't know Sean Strickland had 12 KOs. Sean Strickland is mainly a striker slash he's a boxer slash kickboxer. Mixes it in very well. Sean's had a really good UFC career. I think he's massively underrated. People are not giving him a chance at all in this fight. I understand why, but other people are like, oh, Sean's not that good. Listen, when I say the name Sean Strickland's fought, you will understand. So, his wins, Anthony Hernandez, who was currently in the top 5. He's beaten realistically the number 1 contender in Nassourdine Inamov, and that was on short notice and just strike the hell out of him. It weren't competitive. Israel Adesanya, who was also in the top 5 not too long ago, so that's 3 top 5 wins there. Brandon Allen, who's in the top 5. Jack Hermansson and Uriah Hall, they're all big wins. But in this current day, he's beaten, obviously, Brandon Allen, top 5, Nassourdine Imamov, top 5, Anthony Hernandez, top 5. He also beat Israel Adesanya when Israel was the champion. Sean is a former champ as well. His losses, he lost to Jared Cannonier in a razor-thin decision. Realistically, Sean Strickland should have got the nod. He lost to Kamaru Usman when that was at welterweight. Obviously, Sean should have never been at welterweight. He's lost to Alex Pereira double champ, middleweight champ, light heavyweight champ. Alex is one of the best fighters we've ever had inside the UFC. And he lost to, obviously, Dracus du Plessis twice. They're not bad losses at all. You know, you've lost to a pound-for-pound #1 guy in Kamaru Usman. Alex Pereira, who realistically, he's one of the greatest we've ever had. Dracus du Plessis, once again, he's easily in the top 10 best middleweights of all time. You could even argue maybe he is 6-5 position of best UFC middleweights of all time, twice, and then obviously Cannonier, that's probably the worst loss on his record, but Cannonier is still a top guy. When he fought Cannonier was in the top 5, also fought Israel for the title, former title challenger, so they're not bad losses. For keys for victory here for Sean Strickland, you can't get taken down. There is no way. If you get taken down, he's screwed. People are saying online that Sean has got really good grappling, massively underrated grappling, but I'm kind of not. I'm believing he is good at wrestling. I'm not going to debate that with Sean. I definitely think he's got good wrestling capability, but against a Khamzat Chimaev, I don't know. Listen, Dracus du Plessis took him down quite easily. If Dracus is taking him down like that, Khamzat can definitely do the same. There's also rumours that Sean beat up Khamzat in sparring. I don't know if that's true or not, but they're just rumours. But yeah, Sean, I think he needs to can't get taken down, and he just needs to box his bleeding head off. You know, Sean's got a great jab, a great front tee to the body. It keeps people very guessing and that, and he needs to use his volume. He's got a great gas tank, great combination with the punches and that. Especially with the front tees, that would come in handy when Khamzat tries to go for a takedown. If he can pull one of those off, it would be incredible. But Sean just can't get taken down. I think in the striking department, Sean is better. Sean is a better striker, but we all know Khamzat is an absolute monster when it comes to the ground game. But my predictions, yeah, I'm going to go with Khamzat Chimaev. Listen, you can't bet against him. The guy's never shown... There's 2 fights he showed weakness in, and what was the Kamaru Usman fight, but Kamaru was a pound-for-pound #1, and obviously a Gilbert Burns, and that was one of the best fights we've ever seen inside the UFC. So they're the only weaknesses, cardio-wise, but then last time out we saw Khamzat easily went 5 rounds. The only thing I will say, though, Khamzat fought 5 rounds at his pace. Now, why I say that is because Khamzat was the one who was dictating where that fight went. If it went to the ground, when he took him Dracus to the ground, when he was striking for the tiny bit, he was fighting at his pace, what he wanted to. If Sean can dictate a good pace and put Khamzat on a bit of pressure, it can definitely change the tempo of the fight. The fight could play out completely different if Sean comes in with a crazy pace and Khamzat's going to have to try and defend punches. Obviously, there's going to be no takedown threat, really. If Sean Strickland went for a takedown, I would be very surprised. But listen, I'm going to go with Khamzat Chimaev on a decision. Sean Strickland, I think he's been finished by Alex Pereira and obviously Santino Ponzinibbio, but that was at welterweight. So I'm not going to say Sean is finishable, if you know what I mean. He's definitely durable and that. But yeah, I'm going to go with Khamzat Chimaev on a decision. But listen, that's the main event for UFC 328. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I am buzzing for this. It's going to be a crazy build-up to Saturday, and I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing Sean back, Khamzat back. Khamzat needs to be more active. And that's, I'm excited to see him back in action, and we'll see where we go from there. But listen, if you like this, make sure to drop a comment, subscribe, all that business, and enjoy the show Saturday, guys.